Hello, my dear friend. Today I'm talking about how to analyze the strength of a planet in the natal chart using Hellenistic astrology techniques. Maybe you've heard people saying, wow, my Mars is super strong in Aries, or my Venus is totally weak in Virgo. But in Hellenistic astrology, strength isn't just about being in your home sign or looking pretty in a chart. There is an ancient system, layered, logical, and deeply insightful for analyzing whether a planet is actually in a position to do what it's supposed to do. And this matters a lot because when a planet is strong, it can fulfill its role in your life. When it's weakened, it may struggle, delay, or misfire. Whether we are talking about career, love, wealth, health, or your soul calling, planetary strength tells us how much power the actors in your chart actually have. So there are some steps to do to discover all these things. Step 1. What's this planet supposed to do? Before asking how strong a planet is, you need to know what it's in charge of. That means what house it rules, what house it occupies, and is generally planetary in nature. For example, let's say that in your chart you have Venus in your chart may rule your 10th house at career and sit in your 7th house of partnerships. Each job then involves your professional reputation, 10th house, and how it expresses that through other people, 7th house. If Venus is strong, it helps. If Venus is struggling, your career could be tangled up in messy alliances. So we first define the function, then evaluate whether it can perform it well. Step 2. It's about sect. It means that we need to put a question. This planet is on the right team? That's why one of the most underrated power moves in Hellenistic astrology is the sect. Every chart is either a day chart, sun above the horizon, or a night chart, sun below the horizon. So planets are aligning themselves with either team. For example, in day chart, they are powerful Sun, Jupiter, and Saturn. In the night chart, they are powerful Moon, Venus, and Mars. Planets in sect operate more harmoniously and are generally more constructive. Planetary out of sect may act in more extreme, disruptive, or uncontrolled ways. So in a night chart, Venus shines more gracefully, while Mars is more disciplined and less volatile. But in a day chart, Jupiter is your natural-born planet, and Saturn acts with more maturity and containment. Malefics, as Mars and Saturn, are less harmful when are in the sect. Benefics, Venus and Jupiter, are more helpful when are in the sect. Step 3, it's about sign-based strength, dignities, and abilities. So, now we are looking at whether the planet is in the place that supports or drains its natural powers. So we have domicile. This is the sign a planet rules. It feels at home here and works confidently, like Jupiter in Sagittarius, Saturn in Capricorn, Venus in Libra. In detriment or exile, the opposite signs from the domicile. So we can have Jupiter in Gemini, or Venus in Aries, or Saturn in Cancer. In fall, we have, for example, Mars in Cancer, Sun in Libra, and Jupiter in Capricorn. The fall is the opposite of exaltation, because exaltation of the planets, it means Mars in Capricorn, Sun in Aries, and Jupiter in Cancer. You'll often find that planets in detriment or fall can still be effective, but they tend to bring internal tension or social friction. It's not that they can't act, it's that how they act may be misunderstood or in conflict. The fourth step is about angularity. Where is the planet located? Location is power. So the most powerful placement are in the angular houses. First house, it's about self-vitality embodiment. 10th house, career public role. 7th house, relationships and projections. 4th house, foundations and roots. Planets in angular houses are loud, effective, and act more directly in life. In contrast, the succedent houses, it means 2nd, 5th, 8th, 11, have medium strength, and cadent houses, 3rd, 6th, 9, and 12, are the weakest. These planets have less visibility and struggle to act decisively. So even a dignified planet can be weakened if it's hiding out in the 12th house. Step 5, it's about aspects. Planetary rarely operate in isolation. Their aspects colors their behavior. If we have hard aspects, means square on opposition, can indicate tension, stress, or conflict. May strengthen the planet's activity, but also make it turbulent. But we must understand something. These hard aspects help us to go forward, to make an evolution and change in our life. Soft aspects, trine and sextiles, suggest ease, flow, and helpful support, can enhance a planet's ability to express itself. But in Hellenistic astrology, we focus on classical aspects: conjunction, sextile, square, trine, opposition, and dignity of the planet casting the aspect. For example, a trine from a benefic is boosting the quality and power of the planet. A square from a malefic is burden the power of the planet. And of course, applying or separating aspects matter. An applying aspect is active, something it's unfold now. A separate one describes something that already happened or is fading. There also are few specific conditions that can strongly modify a planet's power. Combustion. When a planet is too close to the sun, within 8-10 degrees, it's said to be burned or overwhelmed by the sun. So the power of the planet is diminished. Cazimi. If it's very close, within 16-17 minutes between the planet in natal chart and your sun, it means that the planet, it's in the heart of the sun. So it's very powerful, supercharged and dignified. Under the beams, within 15 degrees of the sun, the planet is dimmed or hidden, losing some of its ability to act. Visibility. Hellenistic astrologers cared about whether a planet was visible in the sky, particularly for Mercury and Venus. A visible planet is stronger and more expressive. Another step is to see if you have planets that are in the joys. It means in the houses that planet, each planet, have its own joy. Joy means that a house where it expresses itself particularly well. And we have Sun is happy in the 9th house, Moon is happy in the 3rd house, Mercury is happy in the 1st house, Venus is happy in the 5th house, Mars is happy in the 6th house, Jupiter is happy in the 11th house, and Saturn is happy in the 12th house. There are subtle placements, but worth nothing, especially when you are weighting multiple factors. For example, Mercury in the 1st house is not just angular, it's joyful too. So it acts with both visibility and comfort. So, in the final of the analyzing this power of planets, look for repetition and reinforcement. No single factor defines a planet's strength. It's all about how the pieces layer. So a planet in domicile and angular, it's good. A planet out of sect in fall, cadent, and combust, it's another story. A planet in exile, but tried by benefics and ruling strong houses, it's complicated, but it's still capable to do good things. So always ask, what is this planet trying to do? How well can it actually do that, given its condition? When multiple factors agree, you have a strong case. If you've got a strong Venus ruling 10th house visible in sect and angular, you are a natural at building alliances and expressing charm in your public work. This is an example. But if you have got a weakened Mercury, cadent, combust, and out of the sect, your voice may feel muffled, misunderstood, or slow to gain traction. But that doesn't mean it's broken. It means you work with nuance, depth, and eventuality clarity. You need to work harder to hear your voice in different environments. Hellenistic astrology doesn't just tell you what you are good or bad at. It shows how your planets are wired and gives you tools to work with them rather than against them. Just because a planet is strong doesn't mean it's beneficial. In Hellenistic astrology, strength means essential or accidental dignity, means capacity to act, but not necessarily to act nicely. So when a strong malefic, Mars or Saturn, rules or occupies key houses like 1st, 4th, 7th, or 10th, it can get things done, but it often does so with pressure, confrontation, or endurance. Let's give some examples. Saturn ruling 1st house, let's say Capricorn rising, yeah? You might be stoic, driven, hyper-responsible, but often burdened with early hardship or a serious demeanor. For example, Mars is ruling your 10th house. A career built through battles, politics, competition, defense, or burnout. Think rising through the fire, like. For example, Saturn is ruling your 7th house. Long relationships, but often delayed or karmic in flavor. Boundaries matter more than passion. For example, Mars is ruling your 4th house. Tense family dynamics, maybe a difficult father figure, or lots of moving due to conflict or instability. A strong malefic ruling a good house, like 1st or 10th, can make you relentless, but often by placing you in hard situation. The payoff? Mastery, resilience, endurance, but it rarely feels easy. So check the sect of the planets. A malefic in the right sect causes less damage and can actually become constructive. Let's see how to blend planetary condition, house rulership, and Hellenistic principles to evaluate strength across 4 major domains of life. For example, in the relationships. Look at your 7th house and any planet that is in this house. A dignified Venus ruling the 7 from the 11, it means that relationships that emerge from friendships or shared ideals. If Mars is ruling the 7th from the 12th, beware secret enemies in love or attracting to unavailable partners. Mutual reception between Venus and Mars, there may be passion but also constant negotiation. When it's about money, focus on the 2nd house ruler and its condition. A well-placed Jupiter ruling the 2nd house means abundance and good fortune with resources. Saturn ruling the 2nd house in fall or detriment delays scarcity mentality or money through long-term planning and austerity. Look for trines from benefics or dignified planets in angular houses for financial ace. Health. Start with your ascendant, its ruler in the 6th house. A debilitated ascendant ruler in the 6th house, it means that the body might struggle with energy or immune resilience. Saturn in the 6th house means chronic conditions of health issues that require discipline and structure, especially if it's in the bad sect. Jupiter in the 6th house, overindulgent related issues, but also potential for healing through faith or holistic systems. In career, the 10th house, its ruler and planets placed there will paint the clearest picture. Sun or Mars angular and dignified, it means leadership or assertive career path, military, law, freelancing, entrepreneurial. Moon ruling the 10th house, careers linked to the public, women, food, or fluctuating roles. Malefics in the 10th, a tough climb, but potential for building an empire. So a planet in the 12th house isn't always bad if it rules the chart and has support, like being in sect. It can give spiritual or psychological gifts, especially in solitude. A strong house, 11th house, and visible ruler, Sun, can bring fame, even when Venus struggles. Beauty doesn't guarantee peace. Dignity matters, but so does sect and aspect. Some myths floating around this topic. For example, the myth is that the dignified planets always bring good things. But the truth is, not always. Mars exalted in Capricorn can bring war or rushless ambition. Detriment means failure. Not at all. Planets in detriment still act, but not according to their nature. It's like speaking a foreign language. You need to put effort to be understood. Another myth. You need benefics in angular houses for success. Malefics in angular houses, especially if they are in sect, can create driven, powerful people. Combust planets are doomed. Combustion means hidden, not dead. Mercury combust can be the mark of a deep thinker or strategist, depending on other factors. Modern rulerships are more accurate. Hellenistic rulerships use a complete logical system. Modern rulerships can add a nuance, but not replace traditional principles. That's why it's good to use, first of all, traditional rulers, and then to add the flavor of the modern rulership. So, planetary dignity gives you the language a planet speaks, but not the script it follows. Always judge by placement, rulership, sect, and aspects. So now, look in your natural chart and see which planets are strengthened by these techniques. I'm waiting your comments and questions down below. Until next time, I wish you all the best. Bye-bye.